こんにちは。
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 皆さん元気ですか？
元気ですよ。
元気ですよ。おかげ
いいですね。
さまで。
いいですね。えっと、あとはパトリックさんですね。パトリックさんだ。
ちは。
こんにちは。元気ですか？
いつも通り元気ですよ。
素晴らし
おかげさまで。
い。いいですね。
うん。
I actually forgot to ask you guys if today was okay to have a class because of the
Oh,
election day.
most,
あ、
mostly.
But you guys are all here. And then you don't look like you have somewhere to go right at the minute. So I think we're okay. Yeah, thank you. 今日質問ありますか？
いえいえ、特に今のところはないです。
そうですか。今
今のところはないです。
はい、わかりました。Okay, so I wanted to just get started with some series of sentences to get through some ideas to practice. And uh, I don't know if you saw some of the sentences already today, but I want to start with I understand Japanese.
日本語がわかる。
Everyone?
日本語が
日本語がわかる。
わかる。
Okay, how about this? If we want to add one word, well, one more word to it, I can understand Japanese.
私は日本語がわかる。
そうですね。
日本語がわかる。
はい。私は日本語がわかる。Yeah. And I didn't really write that sentence to be a trick question, but maybe I'll share screen now. Google Chrome, this is it. Okay. Oh, and let me also do this. Displays, monitor, much bigger. Okay. So the verb wakaru does not have a potential form. And I can't remember if I said this before or not, but oh yeah, I was gonna say intransitive verbs don't become potential, don't have potential form, but I don't think that's true because sumu, for example, is an intransitive verb, and we often use sunderu, Austin ni sunderu, Georgetown ni sunderu. It's an intransitive stative verb, so we say ni. And but sumu, to reside, can have a potential form. Sumeru, can live, can reside. So yes, but wakaru does not have a potential form. So when you say I can understand Japanese, it's just 日本語がわかる. But if you want to really emphasize the fact that you can understand Japanese, like your ability, if you want to emphasize that a little bit more, then you can use a different verb. And you can comprehend Japanese. So did you guys get to see the verb, what it is?
理解？
はい。理解 is a noun. It means comprehension.
理解する。
理解する. So it's a noun plus する pattern. So 理解する is a transitive class 3 verb. Comprehend and to understand. And if you see the next word, 了解する, they both have kai. It shares the same kanji. I think it means to resolve, probably. So 了解です is I got it, right? Understood. But anyways, so 理解する, you can use that to say you can understand Japanese. So how would we do that in the potential form?
日本語が了解できる。
Understand, not Roger Japanese.
日本語が理解できる。
Yeah, so 日本語が理解できる。
日本語が理解
理解できる。
できる。
そうです。Yeah. And we have to say 日本語が here because we have a potential form. And now I comprehend Japanese, but I can comprehend Japanese. Potential form is the intransitive class 2 verb. Just to review that. Okay. So there we have two ways to say it, basically. Okay. Now, and if we say, I want to understand more Japanese. I want to understand more Japanese.
日本語がもっと理解でき、日本語がもっとわかるようになりたいです。
Anyone else? I want to understand more Japanese.
日本語がもっとわかりたい。
Okay. ハムさんは
日本語がわかるようになりたい。
more Japanese.
日本語がもっとわかるようになりたい。
はい。So we have 日本語がもっとわかるようになりたい and 日本語がもっとわかりたい. That's Patrick's version. And they are both correct. And when we say, this is what we want to think about whenever we say, I want to understand more Japanese. Most of the time we understand that there will be a process involved from not really understanding as much as you want and more. And so it's a change of the state in your ability to understand Japanese. So that's the key. And it's more like I want to be able to understand whenever we say, I want to understand more Japanese in English. And I guess adding the word be, like the word able, the ability, most of the time we understand there's a process involved. So the change that we're looking at from point A to point B, as far as our abilities go, it's like a little bit wider time bandwidth, I think. So if we have that in mind, we want to translate that sentence as I want to be able to understand more Japanese. And
Can I say become able? I mean, I always think become able with the nodding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to become able to understand more Japanese. It definitely helps. Yeah. And recently, more and more, I've been kind of like I kind of started to give you guys more just good translation, good English translation, how we normally speak. And then from there, I want you guys to like kind of almost like solve the puzzle almost. How do we actually translate it? Because if I said, okay, I want you guys to translate I want to become able to understand more Japanese. It's going to be so much easier, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Too many
It's like-
clues.
Exactly. Yeah. So, 日本語がもっとわかるようになる。The Patrick's version is, I want to understand more Japanese. 日本語がもっとわかりたい。And there is nothing wrong with saying want to understand, right? わかりたい。And, but that doesn't really imply any change. I'm not really sure about that because if we say want to understand, we are referring to a change. But it doesn't really imply as much change in ability. So that's why it sounds a little bit more like, I wish I understood more Japanese. So focusing on the current situation, state. So it's more like, oh, I wish, but I don't understand. So the desire for change is not as explicitly stated in that sentence. Okay, so that's I want to understand more Japanese. Okay, now how about this? Want to have to. I have to understand more Japanese.
日本語がもっとわかるように、I have to.
Have to ですよ。
I have to be able to understand. わかるようにならないといけない。
Anyone else?
同じです。
同じですか? Okay, so naru is the verb to become. So use that and then just put it into the have to
ならないと
formula. そうですね. Exactly. So that was good. Naru, negative form, nai form, class one. Nara, naito. Gets pushed one more back. So 日本語がもっとわかるようにならないといけない。And that is the same as the previous one. If you say I have to understand, it's more like I have to be able to understand. I have to become able to. So it's more like, oh, I gotta study more. That's what it kind of sounds like. And if we do the other one, I thought kind of like take out the able. 日本語がもっとわからないといけない。This is also good, but it's just talking about kind of like if you don't understand more Japanese, it's not good. That's the nuance.
It's like you're in trouble. You need to know something at work, but you don't know it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that would be 日本語がもっとわからないといけない。
なるほど。
もっとわからないといけない。
そうですね。日本語もっとわからないといけない。Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, if you want to apply for this position, you have to understand more Japanese. And choice is yours, kind of thing. Yeah. So I want you guys to kind of start to feel that, the differences, whenever we say ようにならないといけない or the other one. Okay, now the next sentence is, it is natural.
自然です。
Anyone else?
自然だ。
自然だ. Yeah, okay. So this form versus the plain form. 自然だ. 自然 is an interesting word, and I had to kind of spend some time to look up some definitions and like really think about whenever I use the word. And if you can go up to the top of today's notes and look at the word 自然. First, I have a couple in the noun section. 自然 as a noun means nature. If you use it as a no adjective, it means inherent and inborn. And it can also be wild. And as an adjective, it means natural and normal, but as in effortless, without awkwardness.
This word is very has a lot of uses, it looks like.
Yeah. And I thought it was kind of interesting how the word natural and also nature as well, but especially natural in English, it can mean more than one thing. It's kind of similar to this.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. And shizen, if you add a ni to it, it becomes ni adverb, and it becomes automatically or spontaneously. And also it can mean naturally, normally, like without awkwardness. Kind of like, you know, when we say, I naturally thought he was Japanese. Kind of like, I automatically thought he was Japanese, you know. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so shizen da. And if we just hear this sentence without any context, it can even mean it is nature. Yeah.
Just being out in state park.
Exactly. Wow, this is nature. Now, and the next sentence is this. I want to understand more Japanese.
日本語がわかるようにならないといけない。
I want to understand more
I want-
Japanese. More Japanese.
日本語がもっと理解するようになりたいです。
Okay. Anyone else? I want to understand more Japanese.
日本、
どうぞ。
どうぞ。
I just had a question, so it was. I think I want to understand more Japanese.
Sure. Yeah.
どうぞ、ポンさん。
Oh, I think I want to understand more Japanese.
Well, first I want you guys to just translate it.
Okay. I want to understand more Japanese.
Yeah. It's not really a trick question because we
already did
worked
it.
on
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So yeah, you don't have to think too much.
日本語がもっとわかるように、なりたい。
Okay, so that's it, right?
Hmm.
So that means I want to understand more Japanese, and but that's used when you are not really telling other people. It's like, hey, I want to understand more Japanese. That's not so much. It's not really the same. It's kind of like if you say naritai, then you don't really have a listener. So you're kind of almost like you're just speaking to yourself. But when you have a listener and you were letting other people know, hey, I want to understand more Japanese. Translation-wise, it's gonna sound like, I think I want to understand more Japanese. So you add think at the end. Then other people will know that you're actually talking to them.
I see.
Yeah. So now we can translate, I think I want to understand more Japanese.
日本語がもっとわかるようになりたいと思う。
そうですね。なりたいと思う。Yeah. And this is maybe some of you, especially Pam-san, you know, whenever you listen to some Japanese podcasts, they actually say, 今日はブラブラブラについて話したいと思います。It's not so much I think I want to talk about, but it's more like I would like to talk about this topic today. That's what they mean. And they're adding omou because obviously those people have listener. Viewer.
It's like what's on my mind.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's on my mind.
Yeah. What's on my mind, and this is what's on my mind, and I want you to know, kind of thing. Yeah. So we have 日本語がもっとわかるようになりたいと思う。And Alan-san earlier used 理解. Of course, you can do that too. But let's just use わかるようになりたいと思う. Now, put the last two sentences together, and we can make it is natural to want to understand more Japanese. So the first sentence was, it is natural. The last one was, I want to understand more Japanese. Put those together, it is natural. Oh yeah, of course. It's natural to want to understand more Japanese.
日本語が。どうぞ。
日本語がもっとわかるようになりたいと思うのは自然です。
Yeah, that's it. Anyone else?
I was going to get it wrong.
That's not a problem.
I knew there needed to be a wa, but I was going to say noni. Noni. And then I'm like, well, how do I put wa before the shizen ba?
So,
はい。質問してもいい？
もちろんです。
The no wa, nominalizer no, and is it not the topic wa?
Of course it is.
Is that the wrong one?
It is a topic wa. That's why you have to use.
The one you have written.
A is B.
Oh, okay. So you're looking at the pronunciation.
I'm looking at the
one in parentheses, right?
The shared screen. Yeah.
Yeah. This, right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's in parentheses, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pronunciation. Yeah. And this is how it's.
I see.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
I was like, hang on, that was not a typo. Well, okay.
Yeah, I used to write ha, but I changed it. I think maybe this year.
That.
Yeah.
I see.
So when you see wa, it's read every like wa every single time.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
I'm kind of just like improving my notation. But as I write the second book.
I know the same thing for like Teiyu.
Yes, you, yeah, you, yeah, those things. So this is the HB pattern. So it is natural to yes. So that to is working as the nominalizer. And I think this one also is pretty interesting because you can go back from the back of the sentence. Yeah. So what's the last word? Japanese. Okay, so Nihongo. And ga, you might not know when you first translate it, but so Nihongo, and then what's the word before Japanese? It's more. Okay, Nihongo ga motto. Okay, what's the word before? Understand. Wakaru.
Wow.
Yeah. And yo ni naritai, you might like you have to kind of know that to think that you want to, but once you figure that out, わかるようになりたい and then と思う right think and it is natural okay 自然だ but somehow you have to create the A is B so what's natural to want to understand more Japanese so 思う so everything from it is natural to think that so that becomes the topic. Okay. Now we can use that sentence and say something like Aaron said, it is natural to want to understand more Japanese.
アレンさんは日本語がわかるようになりたいと思うのは自然だ。ああ、自然だ。自然だって言っていた。
More Japanese. But,
ははもっとわかるようになりたいのは自然だ。
なりたいと思うのは自然だって言っていた。Actually, if you don't say わかるようになりたい sorry わかるようになりたいのは without と思う wait a minute I was gonna say that's natural it's okay but あのさんに日本語もっとわかるようになりたいのは if you add 思う it's definitely much better yeah
と思うのは自然だって言っていた。
Yes. Yeah, yeah. 思う is makes a difference. It makes it much better. Okay. All right. How about this? Let's change the verb. I want to speak Japanese naturally.
日本語を自然に話したいです。
Anyone else?
日本語を自然に話したいです。
Okay. Radu-san just nodding.
I'm looking at the vocabulary. And I was like,
okay,
yep,
okay.
I think that's the right.
Oh, right, naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
そう、同じですよ。
同じですか。はい。そう、日本語を自然に話したい。Okay. How about this? I can speak Japanese naturally.
日本語が自然に話せる。
Anyone else?
日本語が自然に話せる。
そうですね。日本語が自然に話せる。
日本語が自然に話せる。
素晴らしい。Okay. I want to be able to speak Japanese naturally.
日本語が自然に話せるようになりたいです。
日本語が自然に話せるようになりたい。
日本語
日本語
が
が自然に
自然に話せるよう
話せるように
になりたい。
はい。
はい。Good. Okay. Next one is this. Now I can speak Japanese naturally.
うん日本語が話せるようになり、なった
How?
ようになった。How?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now I can speak Japanese. How?
how? はいはいはい。
Yeah. Mhm.
日本語が自然に話せるようになった。
そうですね。はい。Anyone else?
Because changed.
日本語
Changed.
が自然に話せるようになった。
そうです。So the translation, literal translation is I became able to speak Japanese naturally. And that's what we mean when we say in English, now I can. The change already happened. You already became able to. Yeah. So whenever we say now in English, we want to kind of stop and think. What do we mean? Is this now, right now, or just now, or now I'm in a different state? Are we expressing the change? Okay, so next word is this. Goal. What's the word for goal?
目標。
目標 Everyone?
目標。
そうです。目標。So 目標ですね。目標。Very flat. Yeah. 目標。
目標。
Yeah. So if you want to say, it is my goal.
私の目標だ。
私の目標です。
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 パンさん、目
標です。
目標です。
私の目標です。
Yeah. Make sure when you say your mouth is shaped to say vowel.
目標です。
Yeah. We don't want the voice to turn into just because it's followed by a he.
目標です。
Yeah.
It's really 目標です。
目標です。
目
標です。
目標です。
Yeah.
目標です。
Okay. So it is my goal. What is my goal? My goal is being able to speak Japanese naturally. What kind of sentence structure is this?
A is B,
A is B.
but B is going to be a sentence.
B is going to be a sentence. My question
know.
is when is not.
Well,
日本語が自然に話せるようになる。
Let me ask you guys this. I want to ask you this. What is the A?
my goal.
Exactly.
私の目標は
Yep.
私の目標は日本語が自然に話せるようになる。
Well, if you say naru, then that's a verb sentence.
あ、なるのです。なるの。
Okay, anyone else? なるのです。話せるようになるのです。Okay, who else? Rari さんは
うん。いや、
What? Why?
I'm thinking of how to nominalize.
Okay. Well, what's on your mind so far at this point?
I don't know.
Tom-san, you wanna?
Sure. 私の目標は日本語が自然に話せることです。
うん。
話せることです。
話せることです。
Okay. Rari さん。
私の目標、I forgot that word. 目標は日本語が自然にするようになることです。I don't know.
Aha. Okay, so far we have 話せるようになるのです。And then 話せるようになることです。
I realized mine was wrong. So
I don't remember.
Only
when we
one
used
of them
which.
is right. And no in front of this is not a combination. So you have to use なることです。It's just a rule. Nominalizer rule.
Oh.
Yeah.
Koto is like event or thing or
Yeah.
thing. I don't know.
an intangible thing
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the differences too, or when to use which.
as opposed to an object.
Right.
Oh.
More abstract.
Or abstract, yeah. Okay, so I think there are like 5 rules or something, but when I made this, it was kind of a long time ago, but I picked 3 important rules. So rule 1, no cannot come in front of des or da. Formal version is de aru, but just you can't say no des. Unless you're saying this coffee is mine or something like that.
Possessive.
Oh, possessive no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not nominalizing anything.
Right.
Yeah, watashi is already a noun. Yeah. So このコーヒーは私のです. That's fine. Yeah. But you can't nominalize verb or adjective. Actually, adjective, you can do that. Like that white one or that red one or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I need to add that notes, I guess. Okay, and the rule 2. When you can use either no or koto, depending on like where they are, koto sounds a little bit more formal. Yeah. So earlier when we looked at, it is natural to think that you want to understand more Japanese. The sentence was 日本語がもっとわかるようになりたいと思うのは自然だ。If we said 日本語がもっとわかるようになりたいと思うことは自然だ, it just sounds a little bit more formal. Yeah. Kind of sounds like a public speech or something like that. And rule 3, no cannot replace koto in the following. Like if it's like a grammar rule. Like have done something. 日本に行ったことがありますか? What does that mean?
Is it a Japanese thing?
Okay, let's have you guys repeat after me. 日本に行ったことがありますか?
日本に行ったことがありますか?
ことがありますか?
Have you ever been to Japan?
I have
Have you
been to
ever been to Japan? Yeah, have done something before. That's this. So past tense plain verb plus ことがある is have done something before. You have that experience. You cannot say 日本に行ったのがありますか? You cannot do that. You have to use こと. And be able to do something. This one is a little bit more formal way of speech. But 話すことができる means to be able to speak. You can't say 話すのができる. It's just grammar. And decide to do something. Plain verb, either a dictionary form or a knife form. And then ことにする.
Oh.
Yeah. So 話すこと、日本語を話すことにする means I decide to speak Japanese. 日本語を話さないことにする means I decide to not speak Japanese. So that's just grammar. So 日本語を話すのにする does not make any sense. And so that's to decide the transitive version. In transitive version, to get decided, like something gets arranged by someone else or some organization to be decided to do something, that's you change the する to なる to do to become. So 日本語を話すことになりました. It's been decided that we're gonna speak Japanese. So that too, you can't say no. And we can maybe take a look at this one too while we're here. So if we have an adjective, I think it's good to useful to translate it as no. One. So for example, I like that guitar. 私はあのギターが好きです。Which guitar is it? Which one are you talking about? Out of more than two guitars? どのギターですか? Which one? Which guitar is it? あの赤いのが好きです。I like that red one. So nominalizer has many ways to translate. So the last sentence we worked on, my goal is being able to speak Japanese naturally. We used my goal is being. So we just used an ing. We can also say my goal is to be able to.
Oh, P.
Can we even say my goal is be able to speak Japanese naturally? So yeah.
To be able to.
Yeah. With or without to?
Goal is be able to. I think you have to have to.
Yeah. Okay. And that's how we translated the sentence 1G, right? It is natural to think that you want to understand more Japanese. 日本語がもっとわかるようになりたいと思うの to. Now, since we are talking about different ways to translate, I want to add a new sentence. So we're going to use the idea from 1H. Aaron said it is natural to want to understand more Japanese. So something like this. What Aaron said is natural. Oh, natural. What Aaron said is natural. I'm curious how you guys come up with this one. First of all, what's the sentence structure?
A is B.
A is B. What's the A?
What Aaron said.
What Aaron said.
Use a nominalizer.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Oh.
Aaron san wa nani o yuta wa? No, yuta no wa.
Aaron-sanはAaron-sanのなんていうは自然です。
ラリさんはどうですか？
I really don't know how to say what Aaron said.
I think you have some idea. I know how you are. When you say you really don't know, you have some idea usually.
I
3 words and a nominalizer. Just pick an order.
This is a contest of saying like how many wrong ways we can come with.
I can
To
get
say
them all
this.
wrong before I get it right. I'm good at that.
So first of all, what I want to ask you guys is, some of you said, Aaron-san, what, right? So what's the A? Is it Aaron or what Aaron said?
Oh,
アロンさんの言葉は自然です。
Okay, Aaron-sanの言葉は自然です. Do you guys know what 言葉 means?
word.
Word can also be words, right? Aaron's words are natural. I like that approach. Always think, get in the habit of like asking yourself, how else can we say it, right? Rowdy-san, what new ideas do you have?
None.
None?
I'm
I don't
stuck.
believe you. I don't believe you.
Ay.
Okay, and next question that I want to ask you guys is, what's the word what? What, Aaron? What, Aaron? Is it asking him like,
No.
right? So it's not the interrogative noun version of what. It's not, what did Aaron say?
Mhm.
So
Right.
maybe this is the nominalized word.
Now, here's an idea. If we were to replace the word what with something else in Japanese, in English, and say the same thing, what Aaron said is natural, do we have more than one way to say the same thing?
The thing Aaron said.
Thing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, it is. Excellent. So the thing Aaron said is the A. So, Aaron-san, do you want to try that? Since you came up with it.
アロンさんのことは自然です。
Okay, so 言葉 words again. And I want you guys to think about why we are using the nominalizer here. Using the nominalizer is natural, but what needs to be nominalized?
Verb.
Verb, exactly. Yeah, 言葉 is already a noun.
Aaron アロンさんが言うことは自然です。
Okay, here, I want to ask you guys this. What's the verb in the sentence?
Said.
Said.
Oh.
Yes.
アロンさんがアロンさんが言ったことは自然です。
Anyone else? So, アロンさんが言ったことは is the A, right? こと if we translate it as what?
Thing.
Thing.
You said.
Yeah, thing said,
Oh,
right?
The thing Aaron said.
Thing Aaron said. Yes.
Hmm.
So use Aaron-san ga again here. Because the thing is what natural. It's not Aaron.
It's ga though, not wa. Aaron's son ga.
Right. アロンさんが言ったことは、
言ったことは
自然だ。
自然だ。
Yeah.
うん。
Wow.
Now, my question is this. So we have two nominalizers, right? Either koto or no. In this sentence, can we replace the koto with no? Here's the rule again. No cannot come in front of this or da. Where is no? In front of
wa.
wa.
But you can do that. No.
You can do that. Yeah. アロンさんが言ったのは自然だ。So we have two choices, but we chose koto here. And so
It's more formal.
slightly. Yeah. But I actually think koto is more clear in this sentence. アロンさんが言ったのは自然だ。アロンさんが言ったことは自然だ。It might actually mean a slightly different, it might have a slightly different nuance or different meaning. アロンさんが言ったことは自然だ。
Versus
So for example, like if Aaron said, I wanna understand more Japanese. And if I said, what Aaron said is natural. アロンさんが言ったことは自然ですよ。or アロンさんが言ったのは自然ですよ。Yeah, Koto sounds better here. Much better. アロンさんが言ったのは自然です。I'm not sure if I can explain this at this point. アロンさんが言ったことは自然だ。Koto sounds more like the content of what he said, what he meant. No sounds like
His pronunciation
words,
or words.
words
Yeah,
themselves. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What Aaron said in English, it seems not clear.
Right. Yeah. We don't have that kind of a distinction. Even if we change it to the thing Aaron said is natural, even though we might not say it often. And in this sentence, it's more like the thing Aaron said is natural, I think. As opposed to the words Aaron said are natural.
And that's where you get what Aaron said.
Yeah.
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 I can see that.
Yeah. And the word koto is translated as thing anyways, right? No is not so much thing.
It's replacing some specific
Yeah, so more like a space holder.
or referring back to something else.
Right. Like, for example, earlier we were looking at, I like that red guitar.
Mm.
We don't say, I like that red thing in that conversation. Right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I like that guitar. Which guitar? I like that red thing. Sounds a little too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to work on this a little bit more to be able to explain it better.
I like it. The red one.
Red one. Yeah, it needs to be
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds natural for the no.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I like that you have a conversation there, how you would answer the question.
Yeah.
That makes it more understandable.
Right. Okay. 今日はここまでですか。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございまし。た。
ございました。
じゃあまた来
じゃあまた来週
週ですね。
また来週。
はい
じゃあま
じゃ
た
また
土曜日です。
はい、土曜日。